So today we're doing a simple going out night on the town. I did this eye just to save a little bit of time, but the color that I'm focusing on is called Club Satin, and good. I'm glad to hear it. Um, Club Satin, and it's like a greenish tone. I absolutely love this color. I've been eyeing this color for a while at MAC, and I'm working out of my sauce box because I like the Black Widow. It's a true black. I don't have a dupe for this one quite yet, so when I do, I'll let you guys know. But Carbon, if you didn't want to get this whole palette, Carbon is a good one to replace this black that I'm going to use. And I'm also going to use my favorite transition color, and it's this one, Icon by Lime Crime. Before we get started, if you guys could please share with your friends and followers. How you do that is tap the guy on the bottom of the screen and then share with your friends and followers. That would be great. Good morning. Also, I see the heart party already starting. Thank you so much. If you guys could just tap the screen, and when you tap it, it shows me love. It gives hearts, which helps me become a preferred member here on Periscope. Okay, that is the goal. And if you guys tap the entire time, and only 500 of the hearts count. So if you still wanted to give hearts and make them count, you'd have to log out and come back in. But as long as you guys are tapping, I'm happy. So I appreciate the heart party going up already. Okay, so first step is, well, let me tell you what I already did. I've already filled in my eyebrows, and I've done this eye. So this eye right here, we're going to start a little different. I did a slight smoky eye. I didn't want it to be very dramatic. So we are going to start with our eyeliner, which is called Smolder. It's by MAC, but Wet n Wild has a dupe for this one. As long as it's black and movable, meaning you can spread it around, then you can use this for a smoky eye. And I want to say the one for Wet n Wild is either $2.99 or $1.99. I'm not sure, but there is a dupe for this, and it's by Wet n Wild in black. So the reason why we're not putting on a primer first is because I want the black around the eye to be a true black tone. If you were to put a white or nude primer on first, what will happen is it's going to make it look a little bit more grayish. So start with this first. And we're not doing the whole lid like we've done before for smoky eye. Just put it on like you're putting on liner. And the line doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to smudge it out. And you also don't want the line to be too thick, because again, when you smudge it out, you're going to make it even thicker. So just do a decent line. And make sure you get in the inner waterline right in there too. Okay, let's do the bottom as well. I'm going to start by popping out my inner waterline. Put your finger right here and just push in just a little bit. And that's how you get your inner waterline out. And that technique helps you not to cry. The reason why you line the inner waterline, especially with the smoky eye, is because sometimes you'll see a separation between your waterline and your liner. So it's good that you get right in there. You got to get right into the waterline. You don't want any separation. Hey, Shari. Morning, morning. All right, so we've done that. So we're going to take a smaller blending brush. So this right here is called a blending brush, but it has a point. So it's a pointy blended brush. So if you look really closely, it has a slight little point there. And then right here it's slanted, and it has, that's where it would blend right there. I like the point because it's going to help me define the area that I want to be. So that means I'm able to blend out a smaller space, right? So that's what I'm going to do. And as we're blending, we're just trying to make sure we don't have any harsh lines. So, you know, you don't have to blend the product away. Just don't want any harsh lines. All right, so after we blend that and everything is looking nice and blended, we're gonna pause for a moment there, and now we'll put our primer on the rest of our lid. So I'm using a flat stiff brush. Remember I told you guys what a flat stiff brush was, and I'm using my nude primer or base by NYX, and just gonna grab a little bit and put it where the black is not. And just a thin layer, it doesn't have to be very thick. You do want to make sure you don't put it on the actual black liner that you just put on, because then it will smear. You can use concealer to prime, but be careful which one you use. A liquid concealer is not really gonna do the trick. It might even make it crease more. But if it's cream based, you can use a concealer. I'm looking for my brush right now. Okay, so now we're gonna do the color that I was telling you guys about. It's called Club Satin by MAC. It looks like that. Using a fluffy flat brush, and we're gonna get some of the product on there, not too much, and we're gonna pat on the lid but stop in the crease. And to get the vibrancy you want, you just keep building and patting in that area. So remember always to pat when you're trying to get the most pigmentation out of your color, because that's what's gonna give you the most pigmentation. So that's why you pat it on opposed to rubbing. And it's okay if you get it on, the black liner. Okay, so I kind of like that consistency. If I want more, then I'll put more to make it more vibrant, but I want to move on. Now I'm going to just tap the end of my brush and just go right underneath here, just to give it a little bit of color. It's not going to be super noticeable, but I want to put just a little color on there. Right, let's move on to our transition color. This time for my transition color, I am going to use a smaller blending brush. This is a smaller blending brush. I usually use my MAC 224 brush, but because I'm going to be working in this area right here, I want to kind of control a little bit more than that larger brush. So we're using a smaller one. Icon is the color I'm using from Lime Crime. And right on top of the brow bone. And we're going to blend the color out. So when we blend out, we do windshield wiper motion. And as I'm blending out, I'm not adding any more product. Just what I already put on the brush. All right, so we've done that. So now let's go back to the black. So now we're gonna take our black liner and redefine that line again, just lightly. And then use a black eyeshadow to set it. So we're going to use this black eye. Yes. use this black eyeshadow to set it, because you want to blend out what you already have. So when you're blending, if you add more product, it just gets all over the place, right? You want to control what you're doing. So if you feel like after you blend that you put too much, or if you feel after you blend that you've blended too much product away, you can always add more. But taking off after you started can be hectic. So we're just using this brush right here. It's really stiff. It's not bendable at all. And all my brushes that I've used so far have been from Coastal Scents. So what we're doing is we're just going to pat it and kind of do a wipe up motion. Hold on, I just kind of... Okay. So we're just going to do a wipe up motion. So we're going to pat it in there and go up. Thank you. Thanks for the hashtag, Chloe. I appreciate it. Okay, so then we are going to go back and add more color. And because we've done this look, we don't have to add any eyeliner because we've already kind of smoked out our eyes a little bit. And you can play back and forth with how much of a smoky eye you want with this. But I feel like just a little bit because I don't want to have a full smoky eye. Right, so that's done. Let's put our lashes on and move on to our face. So I'm using the same lashes as yesterday, which was Stardale 217. And I am going to apply the same glue I always use, which is Duo in Dark Tone, that I'm fighting to use the rest of this adhesive. Any questions so far? Yes, you could. You could not line, well, you could not line the bottom lid, or you could do only in your waterline and not smear it if you just have like, if you're a person that likes to line your bottom eye. And if you have a smaller eye, I do suggest that you do a very thin line on your bottom line, but you don't have to smear it. Okay, so now we're just waiting for the lash to dry. After we put the lash on, we're going to clean up any fallout that may have happened while doing the black, but it doesn't seem like I have too much. Morning, Nicole. Tell Haley I said good morning. All right, let's put our lash on. Start in the middle. Oop. Make sure you tuck it right on the waterline. I mean the lash line. All right, so there we go. I'm gonna move into frame, out of frame for a moment because I can't see if I got it on there. So what I'm doing right now is just making sure that every part of it is attached. I don't know if you guys ever experienced this. Sometimes you put on your lashes and maybe the middle isn't on, or maybe the side isn't on right. So if you just kind of push it gently, a lot of times that's how you can make sure it's all nicely attached. Okay, so let's wipe off any fallout that may have happened, which I just use my makeup wipes that I get from Walmart. Oh, wow. When it comes to blush and lips and things like that, if I do like a really bold eye or a colorful eye, a lot of times I shoot for a nude lip. Thank you. Okay, good. I'm glad you got that tip. So if I do an eye like this, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna do like a nude lip. And then if I do like more of a natural or not as much color, maybe I'll stick to the browns or neutral tones. Then I'll do like a bright lip. Like I'll play with some more color. Another rule of thumb is usually when you do something smoky, you don't want to do something on your lip as well. You want to just tone it down if you're not going to, you know, a special occasion or anything like that. So that's my rule of thumb. Then sometimes, which we'll go over color theory a little bit later on, but there's also color theory where certain colors go together and they complement each other, and that's a whole nother thing. But to keep it simple for right now, you just, if it's a bold eye, a lot of color, do neutral lip. If you're very subtle on the eyes, maybe you stayed in the neutral tones, do a colorful lip. Have fun with it. So I just put on moisturizer. You're welcome. I just put on moisturizer, and right now I'm applying my primer. And the thing about makeup is that, you know, you just have to have fun with it. As you're becoming a professional and you keep practicing and practicing, that's what it takes. It takes practice. It took me a while. I mean, I also went to school, but it took me a while to get it. Oh, thank you. I'm using a Smashbox Primer Photo Finish. Yes, I do my eyes before my foundation because I don't like it when it falls out. So when I've looks like this, sometimes my eyeshadow will fall underneath here, so that way I can clean it up and then I can do my foundation. Personal preference, you don't always have to do that. It is important to have primer because primer for your foundation, 1, it gives the foundation something to stick to. 2, if you're oily, it gives you a matte finish to start it off. Okay, so the foundation I'm using is Color Stay by Revlon, and I'm using Caramel and Cappuccino. I start with the lighter color first before I blend, and then add the darker color. So there is Caramel, here is Cappuccino. Just a little bit. And I'm blending it all in. And today, now that it's blended, I will use my Oh Wow brush. Yes, it is a great foundation. I was very skeptical because I always feel like when it comes to foundation, you should always spend your money there, but I actually really like this foundation. So using the Oh Wow brush, I am applying my foundation in an upward motion. What's my review on my Oh Wow brush? Absolutely love it. This brush is amazing. 100% amazing. Yes, it's called an Oh Wow brush. People have been finding it on Amazon and on eBay. No, the Oh Wow brush is separate. eBay, Oh Wow, O-H, wow. I don't know why they call it that. Well, probably because it's absolutely amazing. But you get it on eBay, Amazon, and it's less expensive. Thank you. It's less expensive if you get it there. I got it from Kaylin on the actual website, and it was like $25, but people have been getting it for less. But I love the brush because it buffers and it makes sure you doesn't have any streaks all in one swoop. So that's my favorite brush. So I'm doing my concealer, so it's highlighting time, and I'm using MAC Pro Longwear NW35. NW35. With this one, a little goes a long way. You don't need too much, just a little bit. And you just want to go underneath. I know, she has been shopping. She sent me, or she didn't send me, but she tagged me in a picture and got a few things that we talked about. So I look forward to seeing all her looks. All right, so we do it right in this square. I did see it. Yellow or white. This is neither. It's like more of a, what is this? This is my concealer in Pro Longwear. NW35. It probably looks white on camera because of, you are welcome. It probably looks white on camera because of the light that where I'm facing. But yeah, no, it's definitely not white. Your concealer should be 2 to 3 shades lighter than your foundation. So that's the rule of thumb. And as far as brand, I like this concealer because once it dries, it's there, it's done. It sticks and stays all day, so I like that. I like the toffee color in LA Girl. The only thing is, sometimes it creases on me later on throughout the day and separates, but I've just recently started having that problem with LA Girl, so I don't know if my concealer is getting old or whatever. All right, so let's blend. So when you get up to this area, I like to switch to my fingers because I don't want to start smearing the black that we've added all around. CoverGirl Queen. Let's see. If it's not 2 to 3 shades, then it's probably not the right color. Or if you feel like you work way too hard to blend it and make it look good, then it's probably way too light. So right now I'm blending it into the bottom, but you just being careful not to smear it. All right. Yeah, see, and if you have to replace your concealer that much, sometimes I think it's not really worth it to get the inexpensive one because I've never had that issue with my MAC one. And because a little goes a long way, the MAC one lasts a really long time, you know, so sometimes dupes are worth it and sometimes they're not, you know what I mean? Like sometimes you should just pay the money for the more expensive product just because it lasts longer. And as you start buying stuff, you'll figure out there's certain things that I feel like, okay, I'm not duping this, I'm getting the original. But some dupes are really awesome, you know? Okay, so let's do the top of our nose. All right, let's blend it in. Then we'll set with our translucent powder, set our entire face with our banana powder, and move on to contour. And I really love the highlighting step because I feel like it makes your eyeshadow pop. Scotty, really? I'm talking about I look tribal. It's funny. He's crazy. Okay, so after everything's blended out, let's use our translucent powder on only our highlighted areas. And then after that, we'll let that sit for a second. Let's use our yellow banana powder or Buttercup from Sasha. Oh no, y'all gonna get me in trouble, all this shopping. That's all right. No, this is like the fluffy, I forgot the name of this brush, but it's the big fluffy brush from Coastal Scents in the kit. All right, so now that we've done that, let's wipe off our translucent powder. Oh, the first one? Wait, which first one? Which one? This brush? That's also in my Coastal Scents kit. You know what, makeup, this is like, it doesn't have to be a process. You can simplify some steps. I have simpler steps on my YouTube channel, Deandra Giselle, if you wanted to check that out. If you're a beginner and you want to get into makeup but you feel like this is overwhelming, start off with the no makeup look. And I promise you, you will not feel as overwhelmed, but I do this almost every day. No, it's not. Yes, okay, so this is like, I forgot the name of this brush too, but this was in the Coastal Scents brush set. It's also in the 12-piece set and in the 22-piece set. It can be easy, but it took time and practice, you know? And you don't have to do as many steps as I do, but when I'm going out and, you know, night out on the town, I do like to do the most and have the most fun with the makeup. So when you're contouring, yay, oh, girl, you've been shopping. Chloe's been going in. So to find where you contour, okay, go ahead and suck in your cheeks, and right where you have that indentation, that's where contour goes. Yes, it really is. So, and then you want to bring it up. Make sure you're drawing the line up and not too far down. Too far down equals aftershave. So we do not want that look. And we're going around the hairline. Oh, to look for the simpler process, it's on my YouTube channel, Deandra Giselle. And you can look up the no makeup look for a simpler process, something that you can do more every day. You are welcome. All right, so now that we did our contour, I'll do a light one on the nose. Let's move to our bronzer. So this color right here, not bronzer, it's called bronze. The color is called bronze. And it goes right on top of where you just did your contour. It's adding more warmth back into your face. Don't hashtag me that. Don't, blame it on D'Andra Giselle. No. That's too funny. Okay, so blush time. I do have an Instagram. If you're looking for me on social media, all my social media is D'Andra Giselle. So you can find me all over social media by looking up D'Andra Giselle. So I'm using my NYX bronze, and I love this color. I think I bought this for like $5. And I'm using this flat brush. Patting on my color first. And then circular motions to blend it into the bronze color you put on and your contour. When you put on your blush, 2 fingers width away from your nose. Yes. Yes, that is exactly what we do. Because you want to get the apples of your cheeks. Alrighty, so we've done that, and we're going to do our highlighter also by MAC Gold Deposit using a fan brush that is less dense. He does not work for me. He works for free. He's just a very good supporter. I appreciate him. Don't say nothing out of pocket, Scotty. Hey, Scotty. Scotty, they say you need a raise. Right, so that is our look so far. Then last step would be lips, which is going to be, that is bae. Scotty Fingers is bae. Is going to be a nude lip, which it's the lip I did yesterday. I might add a little bit more color to it. That hashtag is not true, Scotty. So right now I'm going to spray Mist and Fix, a setting spray. It's not a step that's necessary, but it helps your makeup stay and set it in place all day. So, thank you. Thank you so much. So, this is the look. I am going to do a nude lip and post the final look on Instagram and also on Facebook, so you guys can see it there. Thank you, Chloe, and thank you for the compliment. So, let's see here. What are we doing? You know, I might do hair tips. I've been indecisive about that just because I do this whole wake up to makeup, and, you know, I've been promoting more of the makeup side. But if you guys are interested in more hair tips, then I can show you guys some curling tips and things like that. I did already post one tutorial on hair on my YouTube channel, and it tells you how to, you know, pick your the difference between Peruvian and Brazilian hair, how to curl your hair, how to set it so you don't have to curl your hair every day, things like that. I am getting ready to go into braids, so I would have to do that next week. So I'll show you guys how I get this crazy look that needs to be kind of done. It's a waver, so I can show you guys something like that next week. Also, we're going to do skin care next week. So my skincare regimen, what I use, why I use it, all of that. And I'll do a hair tutorial. If you guys have any other topics that you would like to see, you guys can email them to deandragiselle@gmail.com. And if you guys do any of these looks, I would love for you guys to tag me in them or post post them on Facebook. When you do that, tag me, or you can send it to the email, or you can send me a direct message if you don't want everyone to see. But I love when you guys do that. It just lets me know that I'm helping you guys and you guys are enjoying the show. Also, as Scotty just said, all the replays of Periscope, I know it ends here after 24 hours, but I post them on my YouTube channel. So there is a Periscope section, and you can look at it there on my YouTube channel, Deandra Giselle. So if you ever miss it, or maybe you watched it and forgot a step, you can look at it on YouTube. So that's that. Final look on Instagram and Facebook. Wake Up to Makeup is Monday through Friday, 7 to 7:30-ish a.m., but we do start at 7. So please join us on Monday, Pacific Standard Time. Thank you, guys. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so always, it takes me a little while. Highlight question, how do you accomplish it when you have... You know what? You do the same technique, but you have to really make sure that you're patting, and maybe it might be better to use this finger when you're doing it, so you can pat lightly, because you don't want to irritate or drag down that area. But you would still use the same technique, but just make sure you're patting it nicely, and make sure you don't use a ton of product, because what that's gonna do is like crease and get all crazy in that area. You just want to use a little bit. Okay, so anyways, I'll see you guys on Monday, 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I am gonna be in a different setting, I realized just now, so but I will still be doing Wake Up to Makeup. So you guys have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. Bye, beauties.